In a time when the discourse surrounding identity is not very common, representation in media is the simplest way of showcasing different faces of people that is not often acknowledged in everyday life. One of the most prestigious fields of practice where women of color is not often acknowledged is the world of ballet. Known as the first woman ballerina of color to break into international fame, Misty Copeland was the first African American woman to spark conversation regarding her identity as a person of color in American ballet. Additionally, she is also a prolific author of a few books, two of which are award-winning children's books. She used this platform to further amplify her voice to highlight the importance of young girls of color seeing themselves represented in art, theater, and media. Misty Copeland has become an influence to the next generation of ballerinas, who may be of color or non-white minority. And her book, Ballerina Body, includes an excerpt from her journal, in which she discusses the first time she heard about African American ballerinas who came before her. In an article written in the New York Times, "Where Are All the Black Swans?" it hit Misty hard than she ever imagined. She learned of ballerinas she has never heard of. Why didn't she know who they were? Why aren't these women of color a recognized part of ballerina history? In another article in 2016, Misty commented on how African American accomplishments are covered by the media. She noticed that the media makes it seem like there can only be one dancer represented of their kind at a time, despite that there have already been quite a few dancers of color that have done prominent roles in ballet. And the issue of representation doesn't stop there. Misty Copeland became a sponsored athlete for Under Armour, as their campaign focused on representing women, and their ads became one of the best known at targeting women ever since. But in 2017, shortly after she debuted her own collection of active wear, she criticized Under Armour founder Kevin Plank, who praised Donald Trump. Misty stressed that her sponsors should believe in the importance of diversity and inclusion, and not believe in ideas that are harmful or opposite to that. Misty uses her voice to advocate for representation, not only in dance or ballet, but also in other areas in the artistic world, and she feels she has the responsibility to do so. She became the first Black female principal dancer, and as well as the first to be outspoken about the racism that exists in the art form. She stressed that dancers aren't often allowed or given a space to be able to use our voices. We are in a silent art form and are often silenced, which is interesting because it can be used as a metaphor of how other minorities face the same collective circumstance, where we are simply told to work, and that it is our class or economic success that gives us value and a platform in order for people to listen to us, as opposed to simply our speech.